Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of our podcast, Life Unspoken, sponsored by Inkapahtimo. Here we have a very special guest today that I'm actually very excited about. It is Kia Finska.
Hi.
And welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you are here and also like that we get you here because you are never around.
That's true.
You're a busy girl.
Yes. And I'm never in Finland, so you were like perfect timing.
And when are you leaving?
Next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that we were very lucky to have you.
Yeah.
So-
Good timing, as said.
So obviously you're known about traveling a lot and basically traveling being your profession. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did you get into it? Did you grow up in a family that was really big into traveling, or did you come from some multicultural background? Like, or did you just like come up with it yourself?
Yeah, we did travel a lot when I was a kid, but we always went to the same destinations. So it was very typical, like Finnish family, like going to Thailand or Spain, and which I love. Both of them are beautiful.
But not Fuengirola, Fuge.
No.
I feel like that's the classic.
Yeah,
No,
yes.
but we did go to many parts in Spain, but not like the. I mean, now
Finnish
that I've
parts, not
yeah,
the
the Finnish
Finnish
parts
parts,
exactly.
yes.
That was very well said.
Yeah.
But when I started to get older, I traveled for the first time alone when I was 15. I went without parents. I went to London, and then when I was 18, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm gonna go and like solo travel, and it was some kind of like a dream, and I think a
Like
passion.
an inner voice. That was, yeah.
So that was your first backpacking experience.
That was my
so to
first,
say.
yes.
And where did you go?
I went to South France and North Italy.
Okay.
And for me, that was like far. That was so far away. Because, for example, I had been in the Americas just once in New York, but never in Latin America, which is where I live now. A lot of Asian countries I had not seen, just Thailand. So it was very interesting for like young Kia to go and explore. But then I moved to Brazil soon 4 years ago. Very suddenly, we had 2 weeks time to pack our stuff. Me and my boyfriend, he got a job.
Oh, okay.
And
Right.
Yeah, I was going to
We
ask what's the
left.
reason.
yeah, he got a job there, and we just left. And
Was
yeah.
it difficult to decide to go, or was it a little bit like hesitating there?
No,
Like, should
no
I,
hesitation.
should I not?
He was hesitating. I was not. I was like, you take that job because I want to go.
I want my caipirinhas, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was important for me.
Yeah.
No, but for me, it was a time in my life when I was quite burned out. I was studying in university and I was working full time, and COVID had just like it hit in 2020, obviously, and then this was 2022. So it had already been a while. And I was working in cybersecurity, which means we were working like crazy people.
Yes.
So I was completely burned out. I was taking some sick leave from my studies. And when he got the job, I was like, I don't have anything that's keeping me here. So let's just go.
So were you able to work remotely then?
So I started doing social media from Brazil.
Okay.
And I was still on
So your
sick leave.
journey started from Brazil.
From Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the place holds a special place in my heart. Even though I don't speak Portuguese, but I still love it though.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I did a little bit before I went, but not like seriously. And then when I went to Brazil.
Was that travel related also before?
No.
Okay.
I tasted different fruits.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I think I'm responsible for the craze on like the kiwi berries.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
That's you.
I think so.
Oh
Really?
my god.
Really? Okay.
Because I remember buying them, like seeing them on like TikTok and then buying
Yeah.
them, and they were like crazy expensive for,
They were so expensive.
but they looked cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I had never
you.
seen them before, and I found them in Turku when I was living
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I wanted to send a Snapchat of it to my friends, but I thought, like, no one cares. Like, it's just a berry. Like, why would anyone be, like, looking at me tasting something? So I did a video about it, and I put it on TikTok. It was my first video on TikTok. And I think it got, like, 250,000 views.
Oh wow.
So that went viral.
That
in a
went
way.
viral.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did a few tasting videos of different fruits that I found.
Like
in-
exotic ones.
Yeah, exotic ones
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people didn't know necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we found out that we're moving to Brazil, I was like, I'm gonna go there to taste new fruits, even though the
Everything
reason
what is
was
possible, right?
So
Yeah.
literally, like the
Reason was
start of
different,
your
though.
career was a kiwi berry.
yes, yeah,
That-
Sounds very
that's-
cute.
From-
That's insane.
from an engineer to a kiwi berry.
and now to like a travel blogger,
Yeah.
influencer.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's nice.
Okay, but tell us a little bit more about like making traveling your job. Was it always something that you had like dreamt of becoming an influencer, or did it just kind of like happen? Like how did it happen?
Yeah. Did it happen by accident, or was something planned, or did you have an idea? I mean, yeah. Tell us about it.
It was a little bit of both. I always wanted to travel for my job. That was like a dream. And when I was in IT, I kind of went into IT with that thought in mind that maybe I can travel when I'm in IT. It's an international job. And I did have one travel. I went to London for my first work trip ever, and I was so proud. But then when I started social media, I didn't think it's possible to live with it because I thought it's just like pennies that you can get from it.
Especially
I
in
didn't know.
Finland.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
because we're, America is a bit of a different ball game, but
Yeah.
in Finland it's tough to make a living for sure.
But then when I had my first viral moment, and then when we went to Brazil, and I noticed that people are really interested in the travel scene, and there's not that many people that show it in a non-aesthetic way. Like there's a lot of this, like this is a beautiful place, which I love that kind of content. I watch it all the time, but there's not that much like this is what it feels like, or like look at this not so beautiful thing, or
Yeah.
like look at this is like the reality, or I live here and I feel this way.
Yeah.
And I started doing that, and it went better than I was expecting it to. Like people were very interested in it. And I told my partner that this was like that time 2022 that I'll give myself 6 months. Like if I don't earn anything in 6 months, I'm going back to IT.
Right.
Because I had the backup plan.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. But that
Which is
means,
smart.
yeah, it's smart. But also, like that means that you like really measure, like in a way, you measure what you were going to do.
Yeah.
So you plan your your posts, your videos,
Yeah.
So you thought, okay, for half a year, I'm going to invest into
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did buy like a stand, like a tripod for my, like nothing crazy, but I decided that I'm going to put some money into this. I'm going to see how it works out. I'm going to put a lot of time because I wasn't studying at the time because of the burnout.
Yeah.
So, but I can't like just sit. I can't just
Yeah, you
like,
have to do
not
something.
do anything.
Yeah,
Of course.
So that was my way of kind of, I think like doing social media helped me get better also from the burnout,
Yeah.
which was quite great to kind of start a career for something like that
Yeah.
that gives you energy and makes you feel good.
incredible.
But you also learn something new,
For
new
sure.
skills, presentation skills
sure.
to talk, because
Yeah.
many people have a lot of problems with that they want to be, famous, or they
Yeah.
want to become like the social media influencer, but then they don't know how to start.
Yeah.
This is always the case, right? You need to learn all this technical stuff,
Yeah.
and then plus that you need to have magic,
Yeah.
and that's complicated. Magic doesn't come just
And
like that.
charisma as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's like that, and also the fact that you really do something that you're passionate about.
Exactly.
Because when you are talking about something that you care about and that you love, people can see it in you.
Yeah.
And if I'm talking about something, or sometimes I do like content on some places that I'm not like so excited about, but like they're nice, I feel like people can see it in me. And then when
Yeah.
I'm somewhere and I'm like, oh my God, look at this thing, like what is this? And you can see it in the statistics also.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Did you get sorry, yeah, did you get like a new gear? Like did you buy a new phone, or what did you do? What did you do
So,
basically?
yeah.
Because
What-
many
what were
people
your investments?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you said the tripod.
Yeah,
But
stuff.
did you make any like huge, like monetary investments, or it was just basic things?
Or you bought like a nice camera, or just the iPhone, or what was it like the beginning?
So in the beginning, I just did the tripod
Yeah.
and a light. That was it.
Okay. Like a ring light. Or
Yeah, a ring light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was in the beginning. And the ring light was broken. I had like a sock around it so that it would like hold it like together, because I was like, I don't care. Like I'm not gonna put a lot of money into this.
Yes.
But obviously when I started the company, which was a year after I had started.
Okay.
I started my company, and then I did like buy a proper camera, and like lenses and stuff like that.
Yeah, proper investment.
Yeah.
And you start to learn also how to use the
Yeah.
equipment because you need to know how to use it.
Oh my God, I bought a DSLR and I had no idea what to do with it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, now I have this. Next week I'm going to go to Singapore and I'm just going to roll with it. And I also had a drone, and I had no idea that there are laws regarding
yes.
drones.
Imagine
No
you
one
like
told me.
imagine you like go to like an airport and you're like, oh,
Oh
let me
my
fly
God.
this drone in here.
Yeah.
And I went to like Indonesia, and someone told me like, oh, do you have a permission or like a permit? And I was like, excuse me? Yes, I have every permit. Like I had no idea.
Especially because Singapore is pretty strict with laws.
Yeah, Singapore I couldn't fly because the system didn't let me.
Ah, right.
Which is, thank God. Can you
well,
imagine?
you could be going to jail or
Yeah,
something,
in
right?
Singapore.
Imagine.
That's like the last
Yeah.
thing I want.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
being in jail abroad.
Yeah,
Well,
they
being in
they
jail
have-
overall is not nice. But
No,
No.
but I mean not abroad at all. I mean, yeah. But tell me one thing, like, how is it? Like, how many countries have you visited?
I think
so
I
far.
have around like 45 to 50, something like that.
Okay.
And
That's a decent amount.
Yeah, it is.
I think like 40 of those are since 2022. So it's like before that, because we always went to the same places with my family, which like I'm so thankful that we did travel because, for example, airports, stuff like that, I was never stressed about because we traveled when I was a kid. But we did go to the same places. So out of the 50, 40, I've been like this year, 22 countries. So it's like,
Incredible.
Yeah, it's a lot.
it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
I want to ask you, like, what is your favorite airport and what is the worst?
JFK is the worst. That's like,
Really?
oh yes.
Why?
Every single time someone is so rude at me, like to me, it's
Seriously?
like, oh my
In
God,
New York.
I hate it.
I
Also-
never had that kind of experience in New York. I've
Really?
been there a few times.
Yeah, me
never.
too. I never. But my least favorite one is the Paris one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like birds flying around in there inside. So I was like, okay, in Finland I would never fly because the hygiene officials are gonna like arrest everyone there. And I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I've just had really bad experience. Last time I was there, I was denied boarding on a flight. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
There was some problem with my ESTA. I was flying to the United States, and they couldn't find my ESTA in the program, which was their fault because I had it.
Yeah.
And the American officials could find it, but the
The
Paris
French
airport
not.
couldn't find it. So maybe I have like a little bit of vendetta against them. But also like the birds flying inside, I thought it was so weird because like you just see like bird poop on the floor, and that's something I would expect in like I don't know, not in France. You know?
I think I might always be a little bit tipsy when I'm there because in Air France flights they give champagne.
Yeah, they give.
You don't
they
mind
give-
the bird
Yeah.
poop.
I
You're
don't
like,
care.
oh.
You want
I
some
had champagne
whiskey?
on the flight.
Yeah, they offer everything. I know.
Yeah, they do.
No, but I mean, what is the? I mean, the worst experience, of course, could be very different for everyone, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
think in the States it's a bit tight with the whole security and all that.
Yeah.
They really go through you,
Crazy.
scan
Ask
you, and all
crazy
that. I
questions.
understand depending on the airport.
Yeah.
My family lives in the States, that's why I also know.
Yeah.
But what about like the best, in your opinion?
I like Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because when I went there, I had a layover of 9 hours. And my initial thought was like, "Ugh, I've been in Istanbul for 9 hours. And I don't know if you've been in Istanbul, but
Yeah.
everything is crazy, like expensive. Like
Yeah.
everything. You buy a
Everything.
Big Mac and it's like 30 euros.
No,
It's like,
wow.
But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but it is very
But
expensive.
the prices there are really like
They are
really bad,
insane.
especially because Turkey is not that expensive of a country.
Yeah, and also the other airports I've heard in Turkey, the prices vary a lot. Like some
Okay.
are really expensive and some are not that bad.
But the big airport in Istanbul is very nice.
It's-
Though. So I can kind of
it's
understand why
nice.
they
Yeah, but
why
I
they
always
would
have
charge
snacks.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, they charge you for everything.
But in Singapore, it's like they have this movie theater inside. You can go and watch a movie. You can go
wow.
and sleep. There's
Is
like
it
these
big?
art. Yes, it's very big. There's a train going from the terminal.
Do they have swimming pool?
Yes, I think so.
Because I always wish that, if you have a layover like that, to stay, for example, 5-6 hours, you go to the swimming pool or
I think
something like
so.
that.
Or like a spa.
Yeah.
I think Istanbul may actually have some. I know they at least have like nail studios and like beauty salons.
Yeah.
So I think that's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, at least coming from like Finland, where Helsinki Airport is like
But it's quite nice nowadays, though.
I love
Helsinki
that.
Airport.
I'm not
It's
saying that.
very
It's
nice.
just obviously not nearly as big.
Yeah.
It's tiny but cute.
Exactly.
Because it has improved a lot.
And it's functional.
Tiny,
Everything
but
works
cute,
really well.
just like the Finnish nation.
Yeah.
And
You know, when you are in Helsinki Airport, you just take basically 15 minutes and you are out.
Yeah.
In
That is
other
true.
airports, it takes 1 hour or more.
No. It's
Although
very
to get
lately
out.
there's been so much people there. Like I've been surprised.
Really?
Yeah, when I came back, I've come now like since May, like maybe 3 times to the back retrieval area, and it's so full that they push my flight to like the last belt just because there's so much people.
And
as a Finn, I'm like, where did these people come from?
like that is rude. I'm a
that's
Finn.
rude.
I should be getting the first one.
Why did you fly the same day as time as me?
Yeah.
I want to ask you about also like because this year you got an award.
Yeah.
And I know you've been having a lot of followers coming out of this, but also because it has been like this, your content has been quite touching also for many people. The travels, but also a lot personal. When you travel, I think you have transmitted that to people, and you got this award. And can you tell us more about it? What it meant for you? Did you really expect it? How was it?
I wasn't expecting it. So I was in Guatemala when I heard about the nomination for the award.
I actually voted for you.
Really?
Me too.
So,
Yeah.
so much. It's so nice of you. Thank you. I had I didn't think, like when I got the email, I was in shock because, I'm not here that much. I don't see that many people. I'm not in PR events, or I'm not even though I'm very active on socials, I'm not active physically
you don't know
in
what's
Finland.
going on in
Exactly.
Finland,
Yeah, and sometimes it feels that I'm very far away, which I am, physically, but it feels also mentally that I'm living a completely different life than what people are here in Finland.
Yeah.
And also I didn't, it was just 3 years ago that I started, 3-4 years ago.
It's not that long
so
ago.
it's not that long ago.
But the award was for was it for the
Travel Influencer of the Year.
Influencer of the Year,
Yeah.
yes.
So when I started, first I screamed and then I cried, when I saw the email, because I was like, what? I didn't think that, I would have reached that. So it was really nice.
That's
and
incredible.
the best part was that, the people's reaction, when I came back to Finland, a lot of people bring it up and they congratulate me still to this day, even though it was in May, but still I get congratulations for that. And it's really, really nice because I feel more part of something again because people come to me and talk.
Maybe the Finnish community here because
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met Kia was at a PR event actually in Helsinki, and knowing how I was I had never seen her at an event before.
Yeah.
And then I went to see her socials and I was like, God damn, she has so many followers. Why haven't I seen her? But that does make sense, you know, so that you're kind of away from that. But I would love to hear, do you have any I guess bad experiences while traveling? Have you ever been robbed or?
Thank God, no.
Yeah. I'll do that too.
Yes.
But if you had to tell me about one bad situation that sticks out, what would it be?
I mean, there's several that have been weird. I feel I don't react to situations this is a bad thing and now I don't like this place, or I don't because cultures are different, people have different possibilities of education and all of that kind of stuff. I've had bad experiences all around the world, but I just decide not to kind of concentrate on that. Because if I, what I'm scared of is if I would now say a bad experience I've had in, for example, Guatemala, that would bring a thought about Guatemala as a country, to the listener easily. And it's a country that I personally love a lot. I think it's a beautiful country. I love the culture. So it's but you can have this kind of experiences. I've had being a female solo traveler.
Obviously.
I mean, women's rights are not the same all around the world. I've had like walking around with my backpack, men shouting at me, calling me names.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question,
Yeah.
especially you being like a blonde
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finnish woman. You obviously stand out a lot in a lot
Yeah.
of countries.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't know you probably personally, but you are a tall lady as
Yeah.
well. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's not a common thing to see in many countries in the
Yeah,
world
yeah,
to see a
yeah.
tall woman, white,
Yeah.
you know, light hair, light
Yeah.
eyes. I
Have
mean,
you-
you take a lot of attention also.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like that was like a problem for you, or
Yes, in a way, in some countries where I do stick out a lot, which is basically any country
Everywhere.
outside like the Western world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do sometimes feel like I want to kind of hide somehow,
Yeah.
but being really tall, like how do you hide that?
Impossible.
It's impossible.
Impossible. Yeah.
So I've decided, like, I just try to kind of look really like I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. I think it helps a lot.
like confidence?
Confidence.
You
yes.
don't look lost. You don't look
No.
stupid.
You know, you
It's
don't look
clear.
Exactly.
like those tourists with like a huge map. Like,
Yeah.
No.
Or Google Maps, like,
Yeah.
where do I go
am
now?
I going next? With
Or
like
with
the
the-
Hawaii shirt. And,
Yeah.
Exactly. Or with the
And-
camera hanging
and
on
the
your
socks
neck.
and
Yes.
sandals.
You should never do
Yeah.
that. But I mean, I get it. I mean, I've been also backpacking a lot. Myself, I haven't been that many countries like you, but now I have 36 countries that
Yeah.
I had traveled myself. But it's really, you learn in every country something, right? And then in the end, it's like, you know, somebody wants to cheat you when you are
Yep.
buying something or bargaining something in the street. You know, you are going to take this bus or
Yeah.
what you have with you in the pockets, all this kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
little details, right?
Yeah.
But that helps.
You said like you don't want to focus on like the bad things, but have you had any country that you had some kind of like prejudice towards, or you had some ideas that weren't that great, and then when you went there, it like completely surprised you in a positive way? Did you experience any of that?
I usually don't have like prejudice in, like, I always think cultures have many sides, but I did have a prejudice towards Turkey
Okay.
or Turkey,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the official name.
Yeah.
Because I saw it more as like Antalya and Alanya and like the touristy beaches. And then I went there, I went to Cappadocia,
Yeah.
and then I went to Istanbul, and I was in Bodrum. And my view of the country changed completely. And I was like, a lot of people, when you say you travel to Turkey, you think like, oh, she's going to an all-inclusive somewhere. But the country's huge.
It's a
Did
big
you know they
country.
have like Alps? You can go and like ski in Turkey.
I did not know.
I had no idea.
I knew. Yeah.
And they told me, and I was like, so when are we going? Like, I want to go. I love
my
snowboarding.
God.
So that was something that did surprise me.
Okay.
But a lot of the countries that I travel to, I know nothing about before I go. And
Okay.
I try to
And you
keep an
don't.
open mind.
Yeah, you don't research them, or
A little bit, like, security-wise, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I want to... I've noticed that when I said that I'm moving to Brazil, everyone was like, it's so dangerous. They're going to rob you. Color your hair brown. Like, don't go there like that. Like, you have
Yeah.
to, like, buy a cap and, like, hide yourself and everything. And first I was like, well, calm down. But when you hear it so much, you start to think, like, wait, where am I going? Like, is this okay? And then I was there, and yes, there is a lot of security problems in many Latin American, or maybe all Latin American countries. But if you just concentrate on that, you'll miss out on all of the beautiful things.
The experience, it changed completely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. I mean, coming from there, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, I start following you because you were traveling in my country, El
Yeah.
Salvador.
Beautiful.
And I was so surprised to see a Finnish person doing what you were doing and visiting these small places and all
Yeah.
that. You were in my hometown, San Salvador.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was all the time thinking like, okay, what I can see through the Finns' eye?
Yeah.
You know, like how does it look, my home? And it is funny because this is also my home. Finland
Yeah.
is also my home
Yeah.
now. But you know, it's always my hometown, and it's everything what you were talking about. Very interesting, especially now when it's very safe country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you were
been a-
there and you mentioned about all
Yeah.
these changes that the country went through, because those changes
Yeah.
are true.
Yes.
Many people
and
don't
I
know.
think,
it.
and I think that we left when the situation was very different. So
Yeah.
Completely.
Have you been since?
Yes, I've been few times. I was actually in the last January there visiting for the holidays. But yeah, amazing to be back
Yeah.
there. I tell you, it's for me even personally. I felt like through your video, I kind of leave something.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Oh,
a
I'm so
very
happy
funny
to
how
hear.
you transmit this, but you gave me like a little piece of personal, experience. Oh, this was
Makes me
something.
so
Yeah,
happy.
and
Thank you
and I
for
feel like
saying
the
it.
thing is also because like Finns, we read a lot on the news, a lot of negative things, a lot of, I mean, obviously the news are very focused on negative things
Yep.
in this world, which obviously if you've never been to the country, it changes your perspective of the country. You may have
Yep.
a very negative view. Like I recently went to Colombia. My first thought was Pablo Escobar, cocaine, and I'm sorry to say this, but sex workers,
Yeah.
very big industry there. And none of those things were at all a part of my experience of that country.
Yeah.
And obviously I had known about like the safety issues in Colombia as well. I must admit that every time I saw like a motorbike slow down next to me, I was shitting myself,
Yeah.
to say it bluntly. And I wouldn't want to walk there really alone at night. But, having a brain, I feel is enough to honestly just be able to enjoy it. Obviously not going out at night, like
Yeah.
you can really get a really amazing experience out of those countries, despite it's always, I think, wrong to say, oh, there's no problems, because there's huge problems and people suffer because of those problems, but it doesn't define those countries.
Yeah, and personally, I feel like it's a way of living. It's a different way of living. You can't like do the same thing you're doing in Finland
Exactly.
in many countries, most of the countries in the world.
Exactly.
You can't go to Asian countries and expect to be able to live like we live here in
No,
Finland, because
no.
the cultures are different, the security level, the religion, everything is different.
Exactly.
And when I'm in Latin America, I've been there like on and off living, I've lived there for 3 years, but traveling constantly. But I've adapted a new way of living my everyday life. And yes, security is in a lot bigger role than it is here in Finland. I go more freely, but I've also gotten so used to it that I don't think about it in the
Exactly.
same way anymore.
Yeah. It
And I
comes
get
automatically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get the possibility of enjoying things that we don't have here in Finland, the beautiful culture, the food, how kind the people are, how inviting they are.
The
And the community and like the singing, the dancing, everything. I mean, I feel, you said that you feel Finnish and El Salvadorian, and I feel Finnish, but also in a way, my home is in Latin American like countries. Like I can't say one country
We
because
love
I've
to
lived
hear
in
that.
many.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I'm here, sometimes everything is so stiff, and I don't know how to. Like when I come to Finland, and someone in the family comes to pick me up from the airport, I kiss them on the cheeks, and I'm like, oh, sorry, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
didn't mean to
forget.
touch you.
Yeah, like I forget about, because
Yeah.
becomes so natural.
Yeah. It
And-
happens. It
yeah.
happens. Yes.
And I love it. It's a really beautiful way of living. And there's pros and cons in everything.
Exactly.
Like there's pros of being in Finland and there is cons of being in Finland,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of it. And I think that's what I love about traveling, is that you get to experience the different ways of living.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I want to know also, like, related to that, exactly what you are talking about is like,
Yeah.
this is the $1 million question or €1 million question. It's like, how do you live out of social media? This is a lot of people think about it, like, how can I live out of YouTube or social media accounts and all that? How? This is the biggest question many people have in their mind. Could you just tell us something about it?
So yeah, it's a lot of work, that I can say. Like I'm sure you know also. Like it is a lot of work. I do collaborations with companies that I believe in and I trust, and they trust me. And then there's different ways I educate people with like going to businesses, telling about social media. I'm also, as I said, an engineer, so I do engineering on social media topics. But mostly collaborations.
So
that's the way.
That's the like biggest source.
That's
of
the biggest
income.
source,
Okay.
yes.
Is you who search for the companies or for
They search for me.
Oh, they search for
Yeah.
you. Yes.
And also because I'm doing travel influencing, it is a very broad subject. It's basically lifestyle.
Exactly.
in the world. Like you can be anywhere in the world, but you can do
and it has
travel.
to do with literally like almost anything.
Yeah. So I do collaborations regarding anything. Like it can be cosmetics, food, traveling. I do a lot of trips that are paid trips because of the way that I share information. It's very cultural and very informative.
Yeah.
And a lot of cultures want to showcase their culture to Finnish tourists or Finnish people that want to travel.
Nice.
They want Finnish people to not only think about the touristy shopping or that, but they want people to understand, for example, Turkey or Thailand.
Yes.
They want to show a new side of their culture. And that's what I love to do. That's what I do when I travel. Let it be a PR trip or a work trip or my own trip, but
Right.
I always bring out the culture.
Yeah, I
Right.
feel like we Finns have a very like stereotypical way of traveling. Like you
Yep.
said, like we always go to the same place. We may stay at the pool,
Yep.
you know, all day, drinking beer, whatnot. You know, maybe not really explore as much like the authentic part of the country.
Yep.
We may go to the like cliche touristy attractions, but we may not actually talk to the locals. We
Yeah.
may not actually be involved in things that the locals do or see or their everyday life. And I feel like maybe that is also why you are such an appealing social media persona, is because you show that side that we Finns are not used to. And I feel like it also maybe takes us out of that comfort zone and is like a push for every one of your viewers to go and explore and actually talk to the people as well.
Exactly.
And a lot of people that follow me send me messages that I'm not able to go to these places, or I don't have the money, or I'm not healthy, or I have kids at home. I can't just take a plane and go to El Salvador. That's like not realistic for me.
Yeah.
But via my videos, they can also experience the culture. And that's what motivates me the most, because every video that I do, I always think about my grandma who has not traveled outside of Europe. Like she doesn't know. Like when I went to Brazil, she was like, "Where's that? Like, like what is that country?"
Like
So-
what continent is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, because it's so far away, and it's
Yeah.
Of
not,
course.
and it has never been relevant for her
Yeah.
to know that
and
information.
it never was something that Finns could really go to back
Yeah.
in the day. Like,
No, no, it's too far away.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. But I was going to say also that how is so interesting also is that the value that you bring to the social media. That is what you are selling actually, right? Is the value of your content. So I think it's also very interesting to see for all the other people who are creating also content. It's not an easy thing. Many people think that it's just a put a
Yep.
phone and do something funny and do a TikTok and that's it. But that means that no, you need to work for it. I would like to the people understand this, because also many people think that I will go viral and I will get rich and famous. That doesn't happen.
or that influencing is not a real job.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's always so good to, because actually they did I think a study in Finland now. What is the dream profession of like, I think elementary schoolers or like upper middle schoolers, and the winner was influencer.
But also they did a study that influencers is one of the lowest like appreciated jobs,
Exactly.
which is
Exactly.
crazy.
But exactly, I feel like that's
Yeah.
why it needs to be like shown to the people that it's not just, oh, I just post this fun video and it goes viral and now I'm rich and famous. Like, okay, how much, for example, do you think you work a week on your content?
How
Like,
much-
how many hours?
I
That's
think
a
the
very
question
interesting
is
question.
how many hours of the day I don't,
I don't work.
Like, that's the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Because especially when I'm in Finland, like what is work time and what is not. The time that I sleep is not work time. But like overall, like a lot of the time that I'm not doing active work, I'm going
It's still
somewhere.
some
I'm
kind of
doing
work.
something that I need to do before I'm able to do my work.
Exactly.
Also, when I'm abroad, yes, I'm experiencing amazing things. I'm going to places. I'm like doing touristy things, non-touristy things, everything in between. But all of that stuff I need to do to be able to film the content. So in amount of like hours of work, it's crazy. Like it's my life basically.
Yeah.
I live for my business and my business is me basically at the
That's
time.
what I thought, actually. Do you ever feel like you get overwhelmed or you can't focus or enjoy the holiday because of having to constantly have your phone or your camera out. Is that a thing? Because that's what I've personally thought about. Like, if I were to go on a trip, I usually think of it like, okay, this is my holiday, this is my time off. I just want to use my phone as little as I can. Maybe take some pictures during the day and just post them in the evening all at once. Is that something that like takes away from the enjoyment maybe of the trip?
No, but I think I see the trip in a different way. I don't see it as a holiday. Maybe because I don't lie on the beach or like chill there, which I don't judge people that go to all inclusives or go to a traditional stereotypical vacation, because it's your money. You can use it for whatever you want to.
Yeah.
But when I travel, even if I didn't do the content, I would want to experience as much as I can. I'm not doing it because of the content. I'm doing it because I am passionate about it. I want to know and I want to learn. And the fact that I can film it because I love telling stories, I love telling it to the camera and explaining it, that's just a cherry on the top. But when I actually relax is when I'm at home and when I'm in somewhere that's so boring, there is no content to be made. That's my way of like relaxing. And when I travel, when I go to a new place, I don't see it as like a holiday in a traditional way.
I see. Yeah. No, I just like, because many people, of course, don't think about like a profession.
Yeah.
You know, because it's still, we are in that process, I think, in the world that we are not having a professionalized influencer career or something like that. Now has been what it has been because of, you know, COVID and all the social media accounts that develop with it. But then afterwards, also the internet has connected us. You know, all of us are connected in some way through messages or something. But then again, it's something that we all want to share something, but to be professional, that it takes a bit more work for that. And I believe also that in some point, maybe we will see a university career on, you know, being an influencer or producer or content producer, which is already existing something. But you need more technical stuff, again, plus charisma, plus magic.
Plus, you need to understand business. You need to be an entrepreneur. And this is something that I don't think shows in influencer businesses, that we are entrepreneurs. We have a business, we have bookkeepers, we have hopefully someone who helps us with whatever we are doing. And we need to make business decisions. We need to decide where we are taking our company. We need to invest, all this stuff that is happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, because like you are the product that you're trying to sell, and any business obviously that is selling something has to have a plan, has to, you know, keep up with the products of making it better and better. And that's definitely, I think, something that a lot of, especially younger people, they don't think about that.
No.
I was actually at a upper secondary school talking about like influencing as a career and overall like how I ended up here. And I asked I think the kids were like maybe 16, and who would like to be an influencer? And obviously like everyone was like, yes, me. And I was like, why? And they said, because of the PR gifts. And I was like, wait.
Okay, but I can't blame them though.
But I was so surprised because I kind of get it, but like, that's probably what like people or kids think about, like when
free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff, which quite quickly. I mean, okay.
I have to admit, I'm sorry to talk on top of you, but okay. I remember when I won Miss Finland and I got my first PR package. I think I've never jumped from happiness like so much.
Yeah. I must say, in the beginning, I was also very excited.
It's so cool.
Yeah. But I think it gets old quite quickly.
And it doesn't pay your bills.
It doesn't pay your bills. And you have to pay taxes for that too.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So you get a nice gift, but you have to pay taxes for it.
Exactly.
Remember, we are in Finland.
Yes.
So
which is why you have to think of, okay, should I even receive this?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the key is what you said, doesn't pay the bills. Like, you get something that's nice, but very often, like, you want the companies to appreciate your work in some other way than a product, because you need a salary to be able to pay your bills, to be able to do what you need to do, to be able to invest in your business, grow your business. You can't do that with a mascara.
Exactly.
Although I'm very thankful for every mascara that I get, but still, like, there is, like, I think this is a part of also the business side, that you need to like decide how you structure your business. Like you need to create an image not only for the people but for the businesses to understand that they don't get you to work for free.
Exactly. They can't buy you with just mascara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's like you also need to live off of something,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And again, as we said,
Yeah.
can't
Now
live off of mascara.
yes, yeah, I have one particular thing I want to know.
Okay.
Is that who Kia is watching? If you follow others, I guess you follow
This is
other
a good
influencers, other
question.
people. Who are you following, or what is your interest? Because it's always interesting to know that people follow you, but then what? Who do you watch there?
Who's your favorite?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Are you
influencer?
watching artists, singers,
Yeah.
musicians? What is that?
This is gonna make me sound so boring. I love like journalists. I don't know if you know Johnny Harris.
Yes,
He
I
does
have heard.
YouTube. Very rarely posts, but when he does, it's very high quality. I love debates, and that's like that.
Political debates or
Yeah,
just
mostly.
Okay.
Nice.
And
yeah.
especially the kind of debates where people are so stupid, and I'm like, come on, like, what is this?
I feel like that makes you sound smart and not boring.
No, but I really enjoy listening to like a debate, and especially if the debate is about a subject that I feel strongly about. I don't talk about politics on my channel at all, and I've never said what I think or what's my point of view, and I like to keep it that way because I want to be a channel that's open for everyone and that everyone can come into knowing that I'm not going to be speaking about politics.
It's
Because
understandable.
it's a heated like thing, and I know people want to run away from the news, and I want to be a place where they can go. But I personally love the debates where there is a very strong like point of view, and if I think the opposite, I think it's a very nice like thing to have in your brain. Like you're thinking like, how would I prove this person wrong? Like how would I debate? Like how would I say? Because I obviously don't agree, but what are my words in that moment to make that
I feel
people
like you would
that person
be
understand?
really good in law school.
You think so?
Yeah.
Engineer
Because
my God.
with law
I'm studying
background?
law, and I feel like that sounds exactly like something that
really?
someone who likes to do would go to law school.
I think it also
Maybe this
helps
could be
me
your plan C.
see, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's actually really, really good sometimes also when I get like comments that might be negative or like more questioning what I say online, because I try to share objective information. But sometimes I have someone tell me like you're lying or it's not like that or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like the fact that I love debates and the fact that I've been in cybersecurity where you need to just like be like, no, like this is the answer and please don't ask anything else. I think those as a combination help me answer those comments in a way that they never comment back. Like they might even delete the comment because they understand that it was like
So
a
you
rude
just-
thing
you-
to
you
say.
Just, like, shut them down.
Yeah, basically.
Have you checked on people who does trolling and stuff like that as you have worked as cybersecurity? It's good for people to know this, that
Yeah.
you can check on them. Who is this? Is a fake profile? Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, have you
What's
ever
going
looked
on?
into who is
Yeah, I
behind?
like what is
No.
going on. If
No?
somebody's
Not
stalking
really,
me or something like this, it's a bit creepy sometimes, right?
Yeah, but no, I haven't had that kind of like
Yeah. Or maybe
need
no
or
time even to check.
situation. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But do you
Yeah.
so if someone leaves like a hate comment, do you usually try to respond to them? Because I just saw this like it was, I don't know if it was on TikTok, and it was talking about how basically celebrities should never respond to any hate because they always go down on the level of the hater. And like for me, I'm gonna respond. Like
Yeah.
I love to say things back to them and like respond things how they are. I don't know if PR wise they would recommend that to me, but
Yeah.
I can't resist. So
Yeah.
how do you usually respond?
Sometimes I feel like if it's, I very rarely get anything personal like about me unless it's something
good.
about, yeah. It might be something about the way I look. Sometimes someone might comment, but I don't care about that. But then usually, if I get something that I will respond to, it's something that someone is saying, like in a like incorrect way. Like someone is saying something about, for example, a culture that I'm explaining, and they're saying in like non-factual information, and then I will correct them. Like, this is not how it is, because quite often it is also very hateful. And in those moments, I'll delete it or then just correct them. I very rarely respond in a bigger way, like with a video or anything like that. But I do sometimes, because I feel like I've had a few moments where I've been like this with my response.
That makes
because
good content.
It does, but
Yes.
I don't want to fight with people, because that's not my intention, and I think it makes the situation worse. But sometimes it's really good to shut down some commentary, like once and for all. And I've noticed that after that, it doesn't come back.
Okay.
Just do like a general education for people,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
If that comment comes to you often.
And not in like a bad way, not in like an attacking way, but in a way that like this was not true. And like, I don't want to have this kind of information on my channel. Like, even if it is a comment, people see the comments and they like them, and they believe in them. And if I don't react, they often think that I'm not reacting because it's true or I believe in it.
They overtake. They
Yeah.
overtake on your own content,
Yeah.
and your comments and all this, of course.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, like, do you get a lot of compliments?
Yeah.
All the time?
I do. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very nice of people.
Yeah, I mean, because also it has a nice part, social media
that's
also
very
has
much
that.
the good part.
Yeah.
Of
You
social
have
media.
compliments, you have
Yeah.
positive vibes,
Yeah.
hearts,
Yeah.
fires,
nice.
stuff like this, because people like. Sometimes I don't write to anybody, but I give a heart or something, because I like this. I
Yeah.
like this. What did they say?
Yeah.
What did they show? But I was thinking only, like, because we are wrapping up soon, but it's just thinking about, like, what do you think is the nicest place that somebody should travel?
Yes.
That you have seen, that you think, that stay in your mind, you think,
I have it here. Like,
yeah. That I was like,
I want to hear it, because
Yes.
I have a answer that I always reply to people who ask this from me.
Yeah.
So I wanna. I'm
yes,
really
yes.
excited to hear.
But let
about
me
this
let
one.
me finish it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
what is the place that you will stay in your mind or in your heart, and you think that this is the perfect place for everybody to see it or visit it or experience it?
This is like a place that is maybe a little bit more difficult to reach. I wouldn't want to live there, but it is, every time I think of like the perfect place, it's Panama Sunblas Islands. It is so
Wow.
beautiful. Like, when you are there, you feel like you're in an edited picture, because everything is so beautiful. I took so many drone shots, so many pictures there. And when I was showing them to people, they were like, yeah, but that's a Google photo. And I was like, no, I took this photo. Like, it is literally this beautiful. Like,
Picturesque.
it's so nice. And I also love it in a way that it is an indigenous area. And it has been like, I don't know all the politics behind it, but this is how they explained it to me, is that it is the Panamanian government has given it like to the indigenous people to take care of. And when you go in the area, you need to show your passport. And there's only indigenous businesses running in the area.
Yeah.
And I love that, because for me, the indigenous communities in Latin America are so beautiful, and I appreciate them so much. And that was one really, really big part of being in the Sunblas Islands, because there is the small islands with the people and the communities. And
Okay, I'm putting that on my list.
it's so nice. You should really, really go there.
I'm not surprised, because I have heard this from 5 people already.
Oh, really?
And then listening from
Wow.
you this,
Yeah.
I should go.
You should
I never
go.
been in Panama.
And
But
you're
we don't want a
from
crazy
not
amount of
too
people there.
Not too far,
right?
but I had never been in Panama, and especially in San Blas, because I have
Yeah.
friends who have been there, and they told me it's beautiful.
But we don't
Exactly.
want like a crazy amount. Like, everyone go, but go one by one. Like, don't all go at the same time, because we don't want it to be
We'll
like a
make,
very touristy thing.
huge group.
Yeah, like a queue.
And all because of Kia Finska.
Yes.
Have you had the best food that you can think, like, oh my God, I want to eat
Oh my
this
God,
again?
don't ask this. I don't know. Maybe Mexico City.
I
Very, very
can't blame you.
nice.
I can't blame
You are very close to very good, because Mexican food is
And
really
I
good.
really
So
love that
good.
you love all the land things. I think David can appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, I love Mexican food as well.
It's
It's
so
real
nice.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good. I mean, everybody talks about
I
Italian
love
food.
pupusas too, though. I love
They are
pupusas. So good.
Oof,
Yes,
I
I
love the
know.
ones
Yeah.
with the cheese.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, those are really, really nice. And I must say, I love Finnish food. I
love it too.
really, really love Finnish
love
food.
it too.
I was just a few weeks ago with my grandma in eastern Finland, and she made us like kalakukko, which is so typical
That
of
I
that
have to say
area.
is not my favorite.
For me, it's just like it's not even about the flavor, but it's about like the memories,
The feelings.
childhood, like everything, and like as everyone's grandma, my grandma is the best person of like a cook as a cook.
Yeah.
She's so good. When she makes the Finnish food, I always feel like this is something that we don't have anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I must say, my grandma is like the sassiest woman on earth. And she calls me sometimes when I'm in, like, for example, when I was in Mexico City and I was filming everything that I was eating. And she called me and she was like, you have to start eating properly. You can't live with just tacos. Like, this is not okay. Like, you need rye bread. You need laskisauce from Finland. Like, you can, like, this is not okay, Kia.
Yeah.
That's
I love
hilarious.
your grandma.
That. I feel like that's everyone's grandma, but my grandma, at least, she doesn't call me. Like,
Yeah.
she will say that to me face to face, but your grandma is like full on.
Nice.
She's full on.
And she follows you.
Yes.
And
she
Instagram.
Instagram, TikTok. She's even on Snapchat. She's everywhere.
Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I honestly, I have to send regards to Kia's grandma. 'Cause She sounds like an awesome woman.
Yes.
She is.
Okay,
Grandma, greetings.
one last
Better
question. How do you see your future? What do you think are your biggest goals for the next couple of years?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, so I want to grow my business. My dream right now, I don't know how realistic it is, but I would really want to go to specific. I have like a list of places that I want to go to that are more like random, like communities and like smaller countries, and I would want to go there with someone who's filming me. So I could concentrate on the situation and on sharing the information, and I wouldn't have to be with a phone like
Yeah.
this. That's something that I would really, really want to experience.
Is there any specific community you have in your mind?
Oh my God, I have so many things that I would want to sleep on, like communities and experiences. I would want to sleep on the China Wall, Great Wall of
Oh,
China.
Great
I would
Wall
want
of
to sleep
China.
there.
Wow, that's yeah.
I've heard about like this experiment, or it's not an experiment, but like how do you call it when you go somewhere for a week to kind of be aware? A retreat. A
Retreat,
retreat.
yeah.
Yeah. A retreat in the States where the people are like blind, so they put a blindfold, and for a week they can't see, and it's like a psychological thing that you kind of heal and you like process things.
But
And I
also
would,
all your senses also develop more,
everything.
right? Yeah.
I would want to experience that, but I can't go and film content being blind.
I feel
so
like-
I need
I
someone.
feel like that sounds horrible.
I feel like it's so interesting. Like I would want to put myself
horrible.
in that like test.
Okay, I
And-
guess so, because it takes you away from all the everyday life.
Yeah.
It's like a
Everything-
reset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And there's a many like African communities that I'm very interested in learning more about. I would want to go to Peru and learn about the Incas. I mean, there's so
Yes,
much.
there's
But
so
I
much.
feel like all around the world, oh my
Just
God, I want to
please
go to
don't eat the
Antarctis.
guinea pigs.
we have a
One and only
yeah.
like hope for
Yes.
that trip.
Hey, yeah. Now that you
know.
mention, now that you mention this, have you eaten snake?
No.
Oh,
What's the
Worms.
what's the weirdest thing?
Worms, yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
snakes, no.
worm. I mean, Mexican
but-
tequila has worm.
I mean, Mexican
slime,
cuisine has everything.
Yeah.
Let's
Live,
face it.
live worms or dead ones?
Dead ones.
Okay. At least
Real.
you couldn't feel them like.
But I could feel an octopus tentacle.
Wait, did you post about that recently?
Yeah, I just posted
saw
about
that
it. Yeah,
one.
and people were like, "You can't eat live
Ooh.
animals," and it wasn't alive.
Well,
But yeah, I'm the kind of person that when I go somewhere, I want to taste everything, even though I might feel myself also like, okay. But I do taste it every
Anything
time.
but the guinea pigs.
yes.
Leave my
I'll keep that in
marzipan
mind.
alone.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah,
You can take a picture of them. But
I will.
So, if people want to follow you who are still not following you,
Yeah.
are you trying to do also content in other languages, for example? Are you going to
No.
do something in English or in Swedish at some point?
Sometimes I do some videos, like every now and then, as like a theme, like this is my video in Espanol, or this is my video in English, or I mean, I speak Swedish at home also, so Swedish is very natural for me. But I want to keep the language in Finnish because a lot of my followers are Finnish people that have not traveled that much. They learn a lot, but if I did my content in English, it would not be as reachable for these people. It would not be as like they would have more trouble understanding. And that's kind of my view of it. Like I want to show the world through the eyes of a Finn to Finnish people.
Exactly.
And also like another thing is I get a lot of questions from my friends around the world, like, why don't you do it in English? Like, we want to understand too. And I get it, but I feel like I understand the Finnish culture. I understand because I am a Finn. I understand what we don't know or what we don't understand or what's weird for us. And it's easier to react to comments. It's easier to communicate with my followers because I understand where they are coming from. But if it were suddenly a Korean follower, I have no idea what it's like to be a Korean person.
Yeah. No, you're definitely. I mean, you have your identity, you have your target group. It's clear. It's
Yeah.
clear. I mean, I was just asking, wondering because people might be interested to know, right?
Yeah.
I was following you because it was in Finnish.
Yeah.
But if it would be like in Swedish, I couldn't understand
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, thank God nowadays there is a translate button. So even for the viewers of the podcast, even if you don't speak Finnish, you can still follow her.
Yes.
And
They
use
can
the,
learn
use
some
the
Finnish.
translate button.
Yeah. Although sometimes with Finnish, the translate button might do some crazy stuff still. I don't know if you've checked the translate ever. I'm sometimes like, I've actually had a few like weird situations with my friends also abroad because they used the translate for my Finnish and they were like, excuse me? And I was like, that's not what I said.
It was
Like,
something dirty or something.
yeah, like they saw it in a different way. It was
Yeah.
something like for example, I had my first like real Latin American friend. She was a Colombian girl. She's so nice. We're still very close. And then once she translated something that I put online, and the translation was horrible. And she thought that I was saying that I have no friends in Latin America, and she was like, "I'm your friend. Like, what is this?" And she was so mad, and that was the first time I ever experienced a Latin American woman being mad at me,
So
and it
the
was scary.
translate button almost
Yes,
like
it doesn't work
ended your
100%. Yes.
No, but she's so nice. She's like, I love her, and we're really, really like good friends. But we laugh about this now. But at the time, I was
Funny.
like, it was a culture difference there for sure.
Yes. But I mean, maybe we will wrapping up
Yeah.
this episode. But I just wanted to say once again, like, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
I
you.
hope you can return and we can have
I'd
you
love to.
again.
Yes.
That will be nice because there's a lot of things we would like to speak more.
But also, I'm happy that you're going away so we can see more of your travel content. So,
Exactly.
More coming.
Exactly.
Next
Send
up,
you
we have
some
so yeah,
greetings.
where are you
sometimes.
going next?
South Africa.
Incredible.
Oh.
I've
Yeah.
been there. I love it. Is this your first time?
Yes.
Oi,
You
you
will
got
love it.
to Cape Town?
Yeah, in
Oh
Johannesburg.
my God.
That's where
I
I went
love
as
it.
well.
I tell you.
The safari.
Oh, wow.
I hope you see the big five.
I hope so too.
And
Yeah.
Cape Town, oh my God.
It's nice.
I tell you already, it's beautiful.
It's
Oh
beautiful.
wow.
I want to return.
I'm
Just
really,
be
really
safe.
excited. Yeah, I will.
As always.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you so much, Kia
Thank
Finska.
you.
It was
Thank you so much.
extremely nice to speak to you. I'm super excited that you were a part of our little show, and I hope you all the best for your travels, and we'll be following you on your Instagram posts and
Yes.
TikTok
Thank you.
posts.
Thank you so
Exactly.
much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you everyone to watch this episode and listen and different podcast platforms. And we will be back. See you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.